The removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
Okay, so that's a background, because I remember that bill that was moved on the floor of the House of Representatives about the expansion of certain provisions of Islamic laws, and then there was a lot of uproar in different parts of the country as well, many not understanding what is going on here. And then, who knows, Mr. Kunalami, then his narratives, what he has spoken about some time ago, many trying to see if they could connect the dots. But let's listen to this one before we come back to him.
If a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the Commander-in-Chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized. It's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Mokwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
So if I could follow up on that. Well, he's here with us now. That was several years ago. Colonel Laumbi, former Navy Commander, Professor of Global Security Studies, also Nigerian Defense Academy. Good morning and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. After 3 years, we are seen again.
I know several things must have been going through your mind when you saw all of those bills, the propositions, the narrative, the comments making the rounds only recently, even though 3 years after you made that comment. So tell us, what was going through your mind when you saw all of these things are still playing out what you had spoken of earlier?
I think just basically confirm my fears, you know. When I was saying those things, a lot of colleagues didn't like what I was saying. Some people felt that I'm anti-Islam. My dear, I'm from a Muslim background because my grandmother, married a Muslim man after the husband died, and all my cousins, all my sisters, grandchildren, they are Muslim. I come from a Muslim background. And I don't know, General Adambazao will attest to it that when I took him with the Minister of Defense, to Italy, they were my guests in Italy. And I took them to the largest mosque in Milan, and we prayed together in the mosque. And I think I will tell you, I took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Israel to pray. And I have nothing against Israel. But you see, we are talking about identity and governance in this country. Identity and governance. It is so discouraging to know that at this century, we are still at this level of religious understanding. We are still at this level where I would say most of the things that we call religion, either Christianity, Islam, are basically some historical books that were plagiarized by most of the religions. I don't want to be specific now. These are ancient historical books that were plagiarized, and people decided to use them to either enslave you or take over your land and so on. And I'm really discouraged because at this level, Nigerians are so uneducated when it comes to religion. They are the Arabs, the British, the Romans. They use religion actually to capture your state, to enslave you. But look at most of the religions, I don't want to be specific, they all practice slavery and also. So for us to be at this point where we're supposed to be talking about the hunger that is pervasive in Nigeria today, the inflation rate, the poverty, we are basically sitting in the hallowed chamber, and what we can discuss is that they want to remove personal from something, and that's what they are going there to do. When people are dying, people are committing suicide, families are collapsing, and they will sit down there and start talking about removing personal so that they can basically Islamize the country finally, because once you remove that personal, technically now Nigeria is Islamized.
All right, I want to be able to get the understanding of that, because the places, the sections that were the places that they were looking for amendments to, sections 24, 262, 277, and 288. And what I'm seeing here, Ali Musao, at the time when he suggested these changes in the 1999 Constitution, removing the word personal whenever it is mentioned from the section, allowing Islamic law to stand on its own. Explain to me the correlation between that and Islamizing the country, just so we can understand where you're coming from on this debate.
Yeah, where I'm coming from is very simple. You know, we may think it's semantic, but it is not. You know, let's not just talk about issue of marriage, you know, things that are personal, maybe inheritance, maybe divorce, you know. But if you look at the antecedents, you know, Sanfala started this by introducing something that is taking care of criminal laws, okay? So now they want to extend it. Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, you know, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British.
Bienvenue au monde des nouveaux commencements de Kinet, là où à chaque fois que...
They knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirectly. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they're not giving independent and merge you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with OIC stuff, tried to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the Constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian, he's an Iranian American. And I scored A, that's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years to Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually, they don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come, they will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, or we have now North Sudan, South Sudan, I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern, then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue, because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. Or if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough, they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Gen Z and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the Constitution. Want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know, they may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years time. If it's not 10 years time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what we should be discussing with people should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing in the radio, and they deliberately merge us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Household Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 20th day of November 2024, being Wednesday. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform where we preach the gospel of liberation, the gospel of both of mental and physical emancipation, started by Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, who was renditioned by the Nigerian government together with Britain and other Western allies in order to destroy our struggle. But lo and behold, they have found out that they can never destroy IPOB because IPOB is indestructible. Mazi Jonathan Chinedu said that it will take somebody 150 years and more in order to penetrate IPOB, talk less of destroying it. So, they have learned, they have understood that we are like another set of, a different set of, or brood of Biafrans, a different brood, that are resilient and consistent in whatever we are doing. Because, Obasanjo mocked us right from beginning. Obasanjo mocked us. I am telling you, Obasanjo, he mocked IPOB right from beginning. When Mazi Jonathan Chinedu was hammering on radio, Obasanjo came up. He was the first person to come out and mock what we are doing. Say, leave these people, Igbo people, they don't come again. I know them. Any person that wants money, say Biafra, Biafra, so that government will call him and give him money. No, leave him, I beg. Just disregard them. lo and behold, he was wrong. Because Obasanjo thought that we are the breed of 60s, that he was able to use Igbos to fight and kill Igbos to draw them to Nigeria. People did not fully understand the full role of Obasanjo. That is why I pinpoint him. Obasanjo is more evil than Gowon. Gowon is just a figurehead there. Gowon didn't know nothing. Gowon, see, he didn't know nothing. He was just there as a president. He didn't know nothing. I'm telling you. The brain behind our defeat, our first defeat, is Obasanjo. Mostly Obasanjo. What I'm telling you is reality. Mostly Obasanjo. He is the person that advised Gowon that, look, use money. Give me money, let me buy all these Igbo officials. They will throw their gun, they will start fighting against themselves. And he did it. People do not understand the evil role of Obasanjo. And he continued playing it. He said that he used Igbo to kill Igbos. He used Igbos to fight Igbos. He said it in a way, in the presence of our so-called old men and women, and they were clapping. Evil, abomination happening. That's why they are surprised that we are still, IPOB is still standing gidigam. They try to disorganize ESN, no way. They use propaganda, no way. Now they are using violence, insecurity, and tagging it IPOB, using their agents, in order to double the efforts, so that they will be doing what they, but we know them, and the people know. People have known, and that's why even Igbo politicians, they are saying it, that do not call IPOB in any violence in Southeast, in Biafra land. It is them. Nigerian government is doing the job. It's an intelligent job. One, they want to disorganize our people. They want to, because they felt that our people can be easily deceived. Do you see this thing? That is why now they are using their direct agents, military and police officers in our land. They will disguise as civilians, as unknown gunmen, in order to commit crimes. And they are supporting, both actively and passively, they are supporting criminals. I mean, Nigerian government. And also they are using the agent provocateur, the Ekberima. They want to do to us what they did in many places. They always want to bring fake. That person, do you remember South Sudan? South Sudan fought bravely, and for 39 years, until I think 2005, when there was a United Nations sponsored ceasefire and negotiations. After the whole thing, listen, John Garang, who fought, led the people. People love John Garang, the leader of the South Sudanese army. After he fought everything, did everything, United Nations, they called him, oh yeah, come and negotiate and sign for referendum. On his way going back to his base, on United Nations helicopter, with United Nations helicopter, the helicopter crashed and killed him with other top officials. That is, the West will never give you a perfect gift. It's impossible. They must give you a Greek gift. That thing you cherish more. These people, they love to cause chaos and hopelessness in other people around the world. That is how they operate. That is why when I see people talking about, people committing injustice and evil, I laugh. Because you don't understand the dynamics of the world governance and system, how the world works. There is no justice in the world. The world does not go by justice or anything. Might is right in the world. The people that committed the most heinous crime in this world are still on top. They are European colonizers. They are still on top and they are still committing. So there is no way they can give you that gift you like. No, they will change it to impose their own, to sow chaos everywhere, confusion everywhere. The death of John Garang brought civil war, very disastrous civil war in South Sudan, because they still want the people to suffer. 39 years of suffering war is not enough for the Europeans. Blood suckers they are. It's not enough. They killed their leader, so that different factions will rise up. This one will say, no, how can I? No, Nami choose. Nami Jong, he is dead. And they know that civil war and the same Europeans, the same West, still supply them weapons to kill themselves. That is the world we are in. So, in our own case, do you remember immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, BBC started promoting experiment. Hey, the person that is coming now is more dangerous. Obasanjo also said it. Nigerian government started so that they deviate your mindset because they know that you are gullible. I will make gullibility a topic one day. Gullibility. For you to really understand what it means to be gullible. Gullibility is also ignorance. When you are gullible, it's just like mugu. You are a mumu. You are a mugu. What you don't know big past you. That is what the Europeans are doing. They commit the highest crime, heinous crimes and genocides everywhere in the world. But they're on top. Why not ask yourself why? Because that is how the world works. When you are there praying, thinking that your enemies, they will die by fire. No. Yeah, it's nothing. It's like that. You organize yourself and become powerful. You make sacrifices as they did, and you be powerful. You become powerful. You start also subjugating any other people you can. That is the rule of the world. Survival of the fittest. Taking anything as you can. You hearing me? That is how the world works. If you are powerful, you showcase your power. You prove that you are powerful. You must do something. As long as you are doing it for the interest of your people and nothing more. That is how the world works. So when you see the Europeans that are, they committed, the West committed the highest crimes in humanity all over the world. And they are still doing it. Are you surprised? But that is the truth. So now when you see, now they see that they are now understanding that we go nowhere. IPOB, the trap they set for us, we didn't fall in. They are surprised. They continue detaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know why? Their target is IPOB, to destroy IPOB so that they can now do anything. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu becomes, once IPOB is destroyed, he becomes inconsequential, and they will go to him and say, hey, you either come and work with us or for us, not with us, for us, or you stay here and die, no person cares. People have abandoned you. That is what they want him to do. They will tell him no IPOB, no more IPOB anywhere. They are only one and only one and that is what they want to do. But you know, I used to say it. The highest thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did is to make the pillar of the struggle in the diaspora. I'm telling you. So that no shaking. No checking. Had it been the pillar of this struggle is in Nigeria, in the zoo. Oh yeah. If they come with money, you refuse. They come with force and start killing everybody. And people will be advised, oh boy, nah, come on, go. As they did in Maswab. Don't you see how they are very cheap? Very cheap. Our people, some of our people, very, very cheap. Highly, before you know, I'm confused. I'm not come here. That is what the Nigerian government wants to hear. But we are here, Radio Biafra is still talking till tomorrow. If they attack us, it makes us stronger. That is why I want to also advise, if you are hearing my voice and you've not downloaded the IPOB community radio, go and download it. It's in the App Store, in the Play Store. Download the application. You know, their attack makes us stronger. When they attack us and put stud on us, now we check and say, what is the loophole? And from there we become stronger and stronger. You know, we receive baptism of fire. It makes us more strong and more solid, and we continue boldly. That is why, as we are receiving information from intelligent information that the Imo State governor, that vampire of Imo State, Supreme Court governor, he has recruited this type of money and he has been recruiting Imo youths everywhere, both in towns and villages, in order as spies targeting IPOB members to give information. They give them some gadgets, putting them as some places as vigilantes, as this and that, in order to spy. They can be talking with you, you don't know that they are checking you. That is what they do. That vampire of Imo State with Delenerius, he said that even if in Imo State he remain only 2 people, he will continue ruling them. They will be like that. Or that is how he said it. A governorship that will be 8 years, within a little short time it will expire, and he wants to sacrifice everybody, and they are using experiment to do their job. Attack is coming from everywhere. Don't you see how they have raised up their secret with Ejimako? That is why, if you know this saying that says, he who lives on glass house does not throw stones. That is it. He who lives on glass house does not throw stones. The Ejimako destroyed the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They deceived Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know how. Sometimes even the deception started from Mazi Nnamdi, our leader, Onyendu, visiting America. I don't know who told you that guy Ghana there. I don't know. He started distancing people that are guiding his back. Trusted DOS members that are guiding his back, warning him on you and even your flight, anytime you have a flight schedule, let it not pass even African airspace, not even London. They use different things in order to deceive our leader, make him fall into the trap of being in Kenya. Where some people say, no, not in Mega. Nah, you are a freedom fighting, you're a freedom fighter. You're under international protection. All these are lies. You Nigerian agents. Some use prophecy. Don't worry. They use superstition in order to distance Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the people that should be protecting him. Elohim say you will be killed. They don't near you. They are the people that will kill you. So run, distance yourself. Anyway, we must continue. Let me not dive into there because anyway, there are many questions, very many pending questions too that should be answered because people have died. People died. They even continue dying because of Onyendu's rendition. So we must continue. So what am I trying to say? That IPOB is indestructible. They are trying every way using the Ekperima. For people, you believe that he's doing something. Made this. You don't know that he's an intelligent game. First of all, he wants to make sure that IPOB is blackmailed internationally. Secondly, the Nigerian government saw that what we are advertising. We have been telling our people, come back home, invest in our home. Do you know that since 1970 they made it a policy? It's a Nigerian policy that Alibo should never be developed. It's our ancestors also that prevented them from buying and even buying land, taking lands of. Otherwise, they would have taken them. You see how our ancestors they just tell them no, they make that place a desolation just for raw materials, for crude oil, for gas, for every gold and everything other than development. That is why Showoro said that there is a hidden memoir in Asorok that any regime that goes is anti-Igbo memoir. That thing is real since 1970. Don't ever develop the policy of underdevelopment of Igbo land should continue, and that is what they are doing. It's a policy, continuous policy. So now we have been campaigning for our people to come back home and invest, and it was bearing fruit. They activated their own. Nigerian government activated their agents everywhere in order to pursue our people back. For people to say now, maybe they say now, Lego. Our people, many of our people they are apolitical. They don't have political mindset to reason, to see deeper than the periphery. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We should always be reasoning, be seeing things other than the periphery, what you are seeing on top. No, go deep, go down deep. We have been campaigning our people should bring back their businesses, invest, build, and the campaign was catching fire. Now they say, oh boy, these people, they activated insecurity in our land. Biafra land that has been the most peaceful anywhere, katakata. This insecurity in the north, it didn't start today. Have you forgotten Maitasini, Kano riots? Everywhere, Northern riots, every time, which always led to the killing of our people in the north. But our land has been peaceful all the time. So they said, no, these people, Igbos can never go back to their land, though. Discourage them. They activated insecurity. They talked to Ikperima, say, oh boy, be firing, be using Biafra, firing. So that people will run back anywhere they come from. You see people that came from Benue State, say, or came from Jos to say, oh boy, make I come here, come down, make I go back. Oh, this is a conspiracy. This is a double tentacled conspiracy against us. So that our people should understand, Nigeria is not happy that they have not gotten other countries to join them to tag IPOB a terrorist organization. So now, that is why now they are trying desperately in any way in order to blackmail us. That's it. In order to blackmail us. You see how they dig out the problem of Ejimako company we had, I don't know, 1995 or 90 something. That's it. They know. You know, there is a way government works. Let me tell you. They will allow you in a buga. They use a Ejimako. They know that Ozekome, Ejiofo, they have checked their file and seen that these people are whiter than white. They have nothing against them. They cannot hold them anywhere. So they started fighting using Nnamdi Kanu's sibling. If this Kanonta and his brother, if they will tell you the truth, how even politicians have been telling them, different people we are telling them during the time of Ozekoma, advising them, hey, remove Ejiofor and Ozekoma, and your brother will be out. When you remove him, allow Ejimako to be in forefront, and we will help. Your brother will be out. This is what I'm telling you is a reality. Call them if you are nearer to them. If they are not as lying like Lai Mohammed as they used to be, they will tell you this. It's true. It was when the Nigerian government was planning everything, because they cannot have anything. They never have anything against Ozekome. Do you know when Ozekome was contacted by Ejiofor? Let me tell you this. You have had it. In order to come to help in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ozekome, he said, wait, let me check my file. He went through all his outings, both public and private outings, and the write-ups, everything, to check whether there is any place he has made an anti-Biafra comment or anti-Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comment. Hey, Chineke. Do you know that? He said he went from A to Z because if had it been he had made any anti-Biafra comment, anti-IPOB comment, or anyhow, he wouldn't have joined. He said no, because he know that they will use it against him, that this one, they will bring it out. But he checked everywhere. He know that yes, all his mindset is the same. He goes the same way with IPOB. So he accepted the job wholeheartedly. They started firing him. This is how intelligent government intelligence works. Now, I'm asking you, where is all this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sibling? Where are they? That always come out to make to attack Ejiofor and the Ozekome, Isaki. Where are they? They have come out. Do you see? They will use you. You will not even know that the government, the intelligence service, is using you, because you are greedy. Your eye is only looking for. They know they use anything that you love, you cherish, in order to use you. They use it against you. They know that these people, all they want is good life, riding big cars, money, editing. Now they started giving them money through politicians, say, everything will be okay. And they used a son, Agabi. Have you forgotten? They play, what they play there is highly, they play very, very intelligent one there. Agabi is a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, because they know that they can never use this Mama put a lawyer, Ejimako. They can never use him to dislodge a son that have practiced for 40 or 40 something years. It is highly respected. They can never use him to dislodge him. He's nobody to him. So you know what they did, they tell Onyendu, we have gotten another his son. Oh, he's equal to Ozekome. So leave him. Now Onyendu say, okay, hand over the fight to Agabi. Do you see look at how they went? Agabi is a son, like the same thing like Ozekome. And they succeeded in removing the fight from Ozekome. Anyway, he's still a son. Do you see? Now, immediately they have removed the fight from Ozekome and the Jofo. They started attacking Agabi again. Fire him. Say, no, he will kill you. Agabi run and forget his boot. He said, oh boy, now so these people be. Even I cannot enter this without Ozekome. He run away. Now they become in charge. They carry the whole thing, give a Jimako. Because they promised them. Remove Ozekome and the Jofu. They are the blockade to releasing your brother. They are the blockade. If I see them in court, they started calling her Mommy Binta. What I'm telling you, they are hearing it. They are hearing my voice. It's true. It's what happened. Mommy Binta say, when they deceive them like small children, babies. Just remove these people. If you get rid of Jimako and Jofo and Ozekome, and I will give you Onyendu bail. And you write bail. Not let Jimako be in charge. And he will write bail application, and I will respect it. Have you forgotten? And once they were successful. Do you remember when Mazi Jonathan Chinedu came to court that time, the first time Ejimako was in charge? Do you remember how he was bloating? Ejimako subjugating our leader to kneel down in court, bringing people. Because for them, they have said, for them, they told our leader, they assured him that once you go there, just be friendly with anybody. You are going home. It's a bail. They will give you bail. And we don't forget now. The video is there. What is happening? That was when he tried to shake the prosecutor, one of the prosecuting lawyers. That one, Meya Kaja, a whole leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that is supposed to, if he stand, everywhere shaking. Onya Meya Kaja, chai, Chineke Kokona Yojo, si Lena Yokanon Taham, hey, look at Ejimako, Nde Buna Chinekele. And what happened? Ejimako started, my lord, Nyako. Do as we talk now. So let us bail. I've written the application, the bail application. The woman said, who are you? Who told you about the bail? We must continue the trial. That is where, because that has been their whole their limit. The bail, nothing more. They have nothing after that. We explain to our people what happened, so that before you start blaming, because they always find the culprit. Hey, the DRS. Hey, the DRS. for you to understand what went wrong. He useless the file of our leader's case. He useless it. Some people are saying, go back and beg. It's okay if it is you with the insult and danger. Do you know representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria? Do you know what it means? Do you know what is even preventing you? Do you know what is even preventing you? They are not IPOB members, for your information. They are not IPOB members. Now, Ejimako or Mazi, what to do? That's why the thing is nonsense. Now, what they are trying to do in order, even if it is to compromise IPOB, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out and save their face. But is it easy? Do you think that we don't have eyes? Do they think that we don't have brain? I don't know, morons like Nigerians. Is that what they think? They are jokers, honestly speaking. For them, for Kanu siblings, for them, now Biafra their problem is not about Biafra. They don't care about Biafra restoration or anything. That is not their problem right from start. It's about protecting for them their family business. That is the reality. We know here we don't lie. That is their only to protect, so that they will be living large, so that they will be living like Nigerian politicians. But Onyendo knows better, and we are here. IPOB is here. Chem. Last Saturday there was a fundraising. IPOB is open. The whole world had it. It was on Radio Biafra. It was everywhere on Zoom. It's an open issue. So for them to understand that we take campaign. No shaking. No shaking. We must continue. What we owe is to continue pushing this struggle forward. This and that. That is, he is a clown. You know, a clown. They want to use him to just rubbish what we are doing, to be sounding like a child's play. I go buy military F-16 or F-35. Our missiles are being delivered. It sounds childish, but the issue is that you see our people. Some of our people are believing this. Like, anyway. Anyway. So, what am I trying to say today? Owing to what I played, which I have been playing here on this radio, you have been hearing it, revelations and revelations from people, including this former military security or military secret military security official, high-ranking official. Those that know, shadow people, those that know what you don't know, what you and I don't know about Nigeria. He said that Nigeria is not one. We are not one people, that we should divide. Arewa Consultative Forum, or this and that, say that they have found out, they have seen that Nigeria cannot stay together. So it's better we go. Oduduwa, some people in Oduduwa are shouting the same thing. Now I start asking myself now, who is holding Nigeria then? Who is holding us together? And you see that we are together under gunpoint. Even the man said it. Britain did a marvelous job. They are holding us through our political elites. Now, let me tell you the way they bribe the Nigerian politicians. Britain just give them leverage in Nigeria to take anything as long as they maintain one Nigeria. The politicians take it all. That's it. Now you listen. I want to play flashback. Go back to what somebody revealed about the remunerations of former governor and deputy governor. Just former governor. Listen. These are the reasons why they don't want a divided or a balkanized Nigeria. Even if everybody is dying, the politicians are there fighting for one Nigeria. You see a viral video of ordinary military officer that when you a military major or general, that somebody overtook his car only just innocently on the road. He overtook his car normally, and they started beating the person, wounding him. Military. That is how they hold everybody ransom in Nigeria, under gunpoint. You can't do nothing. Do you see it? This is how they hold everybody under gunpoint in Nigeria. Every Nigerian under gunpoint. Once you reach to that hierarchy, no way. No, you become a demon. Do you know that in some countries, let me tell you, in some countries, they can stop a traffic light or traffic warden can stop even the presidential convoy and allow ambulance to pass because it's an emergency, and they stop. It happened, I think, which country happened the other time? And even the president of that, I think it's in India, the president of that country now even promoted that traffic warden that stopped him, presidential convoy, in order to allow ambulance to pass first. But in Nigeria, if police are driving on the road, you don't dare overtake them. You overtake them, they can kill you, they can shoot you. Military, driving on the road, you don't dare carry a car to overtake them, they can kill you. Why we are talking what happened on the viral video? Because it was on video, it was recorded. It happens like that every day in Nigeria. It is a zoologic. Even calling Nigeria a zoo is an insult to animal kingdom. It's a jungle, primitive jungle. No law, nothing. Law is not respected there. Now, listen to the remunerations of people, some politicians, governors and deputy governors. Listen.
Former governor gets 6 every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop.
Just let me start.
He gets 3 for former governor. The former governor gets 6 new cars every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop.
Former governor gets 3 new cars every year. Former governor, ex-governor. You check right from I don't know whether 1999, since the independent, since the new so-called democracy, since 1999, any governor, calculate how many governors in each state have been there since 1999. All of them, as they line together, they get 6 new cars every year. Every year, they run Nigerian governors. You listen. This is why they want one Nigeria. These are the people that are sucking the blood of everybody. I don't know. If you are listening and you are not annoyed, you are not a human being. I'm telling you.
For former governor. The former governor gets 6 new cars every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop. Deputy gets 3 or 5 cars every 3 years. The former governor gets a house in Lagos and in Abuja.
These are former governor. The remunerations of a former governor, not present governor. Notwithstanding, Asobiano is there. He's getting all these. The governors that has been there since 1999, they are getting all the former governors. They are getting all these.
Any place of his choice. Why the deputy gets a house in Lagos only? Free medical care for the governor his deputy, and their families for life. They are also entitled to cooks, steward, gardeners, and domestic staffs, all pensionable. Worst of all, 300% of annual basic salaries.
300% of annual basic salary. Oh, you know, all this. Now, tell me, after this, Nigeria, do you see the reason why the population is suffering? Let me tell you something. If there should be a revolution in Nigeria, it should surpass that one in 17th, 18th century Europe. Very bloody. It was bloody in Europe because the population vented their angers against those that have been suppressing them. The ruling class in Europe and the clergy, these two set of people, the clergy, the bishops, the reverend fathers, these are, you know, they are the same with the politicians. And during the European revolutions, they massacred, the population rose up and massacred them. These two set of people. In France, they went and brought out the king, and publicly they chopped off his neck. They used knife to cut off his neck or her neck with the family. People that the clergy have been telling them that, oh, these are people sent by God, it is a divine right as a monarchy, so you people have to respect them. You people have to do their wish should be your command, so don't argue with them. You know, they work hand in hand as they are doing today in Nigeria. They have excess power. They do everything with impunity. Anytime you open Nigerian news channel, what you'll be watching or seeing written is this one 15 billion naira case, this one accused of 40 billion naira fraud, the other one accused of $2 billion. You will be hearing billions and trillions. People are suffering, dying of, you know, sick, preventable diseases because of lack of fund. No money, no hospital. Now, these people, Britain gave them leverage to take everything in Nigeria for themselves and give crumbs to the people. And the people will be calling them saviors. Nigeria is a crime scene, I am telling you. What Britain did there, they know that in a place like this, based on tripod, the people, we are not the same. The people can never agree together. Because had it been the people are together, they can be able to at least upset the politicians in a revolution. But it's impossible. Don't you see what happened in 2020? Before you know, a revolution that was going very well, they introduced their virus, ethnic virus. Yoruba, you people are Mugu. Igbos are destroying Lagos. Let them go to their land. They brought that ethnic division and it works. It worked perfectly well. That is why there will never be any successful revolution in Nigeria. It's impossible. The Northerners said no, they are with the SARS. Anything you hate in the South, they love it in the North. Because we are not one people. Do you see? So the politicians are counting on this, leveraging on it in order to tighten the grip, the guillotine grip on the population. The population continues suffering. How much they use? They are importing premium, what you call petrol, importing, refined fuel from abroad, and they are paying trillions of naira. Oh, Chineke. These people, they are so evil. They know that no person can rise up to challenge them. If you rise up, they will tell you, they will target Igbo, he is Igbo. Don't you see the last, is it October 1st protest? What is the result today? What is the result? Before the protest came safe, they started the target. Hey, is Igbo want to progress, want to this, and because they know that the population is different. We are not one people. The Fulani Caliphate will go to their mosques in the north and preach to them not to join army, unbelievers, in the protest. Oh, do you see? Now in Yoruba we say no, it's Igbos. Let them go their land. Go here. We will protect the properties here. They are using idea to destroy. So where the population are not one, are not the same. Now the politicians they are taking everything. That is why you are hearing this. Former governor, politicians, what they are receiving, and the population are dying. You tell them, we are telling them, look, you are suffering, I'm suffering, everybody is suffering. The only people that are getting in is all these politicians. Let us join hands together in order to remove. They say, no, Igbo man, hey, Igbo man, oh no, Igbo man, you will dominate us. What type of stupidity is that? Every time I ask this, sometimes I wake up, I say, why even am I born inside that enclave? I should have been born maybe in before Common Era, BCE, maybe 10th century before Common Era. That time, we don't need church. Just I now, by now, Madam go Rosier, another thing. Instead of being in this time and seeing all these things, you are seeing things you want to do something, you want to have power in order to change it, but you cannot. It's painful. It's painful, honestly. You'll be telling people, look at this thing is like this, is like this. They will see, they will be suffering, but they will be smiling and telling you another thing. That is we are sentenced into agony. I'm telling you. No, why in agony? If you're genuine in this thing we are doing, your eyes are open. Even sometimes you want to regret, say, why even your eyes open? Say, if now copy like it, but you cannot. Once you enter into this, you can no longer go back. It's impossible. You'll be living in agony. Not an agony of your own, but seeing situations that's supposed to be, solved by the population. But if you tell this person said this, he was quite this and that. So you continue living in pains in a place you call it your country. You see how it is going. Look at what they put pensioners, retired public servants in Nigeria have been dying. They don't pay them. But once you're a politician, you are treated differently. You are treated differently. You have it all. That is what Britain have put. When 2020, when revolution was going on there, Catherine Lang, who was the British High Commissioner in Nigeria of that time, she went and met this Tinubu in order to quell the revolution, because Britain saw that they felt that their benefit, their interest is at stake. If the people take over in Nigeria, that their interest is at stake. Do you see why I tell you that? Look, do you see the West? West Balaga. Do you see the West? The type of people they are. Oh God Almighty! Do you see how they are poking Russia? That dying human being, Joe Biden, or you the command. He want to bring a problem in this world, cause third world war. In this world, somebody that is you don't even have this person. Give him sugar, you don't even know the sweetness of sugar again. That's why even electing all the people like that, in the highest office is even bad. Because if he died today, he have enjoyed his life, he not care anything. I'm telling you. He saw that, look, there will be peace in this world. Now he ordered for the long-range missile that have been under this scrutiny since to be used in Russia. And you know what happened? After they have ordered the American embassy in Ukraine, Kiev, to be shut down in fear of Russia reprisal. Now, okay, they will protect the American citizens. And what about the people, the Ukrainians? They are cannon fodders. They are sacrificial lambs in order to get to what they want. That is how the West work. Do you see, when you look at how the conquering the West, how they function, check them and check the Fulani Caliphate. They are the same thing. Colonizers, they function the same way. They have the same mindset. They function the same way. Do you remember when this man, I played his voice, talked a few years back, when in his earlier revelations, he said, these people, they don't care about casualty figure in Nigeria. It might be 50% casualty, 30% casualty, even on their side. Nigerians, and let Nigerians be destroyed, but their aim is to Islamize Nigeria. That is Fulanization of Nigeria. They don't care how many people will die. They don't care how the destruction that is going to occur. That is not their problem. That is exactly the same way the West functions. They are poking a nuclear. Russia possesses the largest number of nuclear bomb in the whole world. They are number one. After them, you come to America. They are number one. They are poking them. Donald Trump said it during the election. He said, these people, Joe Biden is making a hell of mistake, trying to cause world war by poking a nuclear power. Not even ordinary nuclear power. There are other, maybe they have 100 nuclear warheads. Russia has thousands and thousands of nuclear warheads. The one that you never even expect in this world, they have it. They have the capacity of destroying the whole world. This man is poking them, putting finger in there. What can you do? Let us see that thing you can do. Let us see. He don't care about casualty. The world casualty, that is not their problem. But let them get that their target. That is what they want. So that they get Russia humiliated. These are people that are preaching democracy. What is democracy? Live and let me live. Talk, let us go through dialogue. That is democracy. They want to unipolar so that they command the whole world. You have no person to come to your rescue. That is what the West want. They make order. You use their dollar, or they destroy your country. You do this, they give you order. You bring LGBT in your country, or they destroy you. That is what they want. They don't want any opposition. Unipolarism. That is conquest mentality. But they are the people preaching, there should be polarity, multipolarism in countries, in your country. We are democratic. And do you know why Americans never come out to protest against Biden? Do you know what they are holding them with? Their media. Media is dangerous. Do you see the media? They have been pumping American citizens, ordinary American citizens, with lies and lies and lies against Russia and against Putin. So, for them, they don't even know what's up. They don't know. They believe their government. Had it been the people know the truth, Americans know the truth, they will come out to protest against the decision of Biden. But they don't know, because they were on hold. They are being held hostage by their media. That's why sometimes, even when you see some of our people in the US making analysis, you can count where they base their argument from mainstream media. It destroys your brains. Do you see Western mainstream media? It will destroy your brain immediately. That is it. So, they have ordered, Biden have ordered the American embassy. It didn't work today in Kiev to be shut down. Now, okay, you are taking precaution. What about the Ukrainians? They can die. If they throw something there, they can die. That is now you start using. Does it make any sense at all? Does it make any sense? So let me come back to what I was saying. Britain used these people, the Nigerian politicians. Every Nigerian politician, before you become a governor, you will swear allegiance that you will maintain the unity of Nigeria. You defend the unity of Nigeria. And now you'll be given all these remunerations. A senator, the same thing. House of Assembly, the same thing. These are the things they are gaining. And that's why when you are talking about the reality facing everybody in Nigeria, they don't care.
Why the deputy gets a house in Lagos only? Free medical care for the governor, his deputy, and their families for life.
Free medical care for the governor, for the deputy. That is a former governor. After they have, they have money. They have looted billions of dollars, which their generations coming cannot suffer. But they still, these are their advantages, the remuneration, their payback remunerations they have from Nigeria government. Whereas you go to hospitals in Nigeria, you see women that delivered baby, they are not able to pay to go home, so they stay there, they hold them there. You see people that are dying because of maybe 20,000 naira drug in Nigeria. But Nigerian governors, former governors and deputies, he didn't even go to senators, talk less of others. So he just gave example with former governors and senators, their remunerations, so that you understand. They take it all. Pate Obasi say Nigerian politics is winner takes it all, and loser loses it all. That is the place we are in, and Britain made it like that, so that they will be able to hold everybody hostage. If you do, they will send the military to hunt and kill you. They kidnapped Nonsonkwa, isn't it? Good day they have a court out him. They kidnapped him to silence him. He's languishing in jail. Why will he come in order to reveal? So they render the population vulnerable, so that during electioneering campaigns, you can, if the politicians come and start throwing Indomie packets like animals, so people will be picking it to vote for them. Look at election in Ondo. As Nigeria system, they will be there with heaps of money, giving people 1,000 to 2,000 naira, come and vote for us. Direct, wonder video on video. It's everywhere. It didn't start today. And Britain is seeing all this thing. They will come and no, Nigeria is the largest democracy. Why are we telling ourselves a lie? Why do we look ourselves in the mirror, in eye to eye, and continue lying to ourselves? That is the worst thing you can do as a human being, lying to yourself. Continue listening.
They are also entitled to cooks, steward, gardeners, and domestic staffs, all pensionable. Worst of all, 300% of annual basic salaries every 2 years as furniture allowance for the governor and his deputy. Also, 100% of annual basic salaries as house maintenance allowance. The house you build, you still maintain it for them.
House maintenance allowance of former governor for life. Whereas people that suffered, the public servants every day are dying of lack of pension, of their crumbs they are paying them, they don't pay them. Other people, no, the population is suffering. Oh la la. And do you know what? Their religious agents are doing their job. You go to church, they tell you that your problem is look unto Jesus. He is the solution to your problem. Do you see how they remove the mindset of people from reality? Chasing shadow. Believing in going towards illusion. There is the problem. If these people that have large populations, both direct and on video, on televisions and other places, on social media, if these people are telling them the reality, telling them truth, look, I'm talking of clergy, Nigerian clergy, both Christian clergy and Islamic Muslim clergies. If they come and say, look, you are praying here, we are just a religious organization. Come and do your normal ritual and go. Don't come here thinking that here is the solution. There is no solution here. It is we that will bring. There is a way they tell people the truth, but they cannot. They will not. Not that they can. They can, but they will not. That your problems are politicians. So don't say God, there is no miracle. Nothing miracle. But you see a clergy, a pastor, assuring people that he will decree and dollar will crash, naira will rise. These are people, if Nigeria is a place where there is law, these are worse than Yahoo, because they are destroying people. This is the problem. They will be arrested and kept behind bars for life, because they are scamming millions of people that believe in them. Do you see the problem? These people, the politicians, are committing the clergy, their agents, the clergymen, are pacifying the population, not to hold the politicians responsible, but to hold Satan. Now your successes, you say is Allah or Jesus, and you completely forget anything about government. Say, pray to your God and hustle, and the God will give it to you. No, sir, no, ma. This is a problem. Yeah. Any person that is telling you that this is not a problem is lying to him or herself. I am telling you this with all my heart. Is factual with the proof. How can these people, the Nigerian politicians that are, they take everything now, but the population is suffering. Not there are people that they can stay a family. They will not even see Gary to drink. I saw somebody posted in a family that the children were having stunted growth in 21st century in a place where there is no open war. It's in Biafra land. They have kwashiorkor. Their children have kwashiorkor, protruded stomach and the tiny legs, because of lack of good food. No protein. But the politicians, Nigerian politicians are the richest politicians all over the world. What I'm telling you is factual. They are the richest politicians all over the world. No politician in the world is richer than them. But Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Don't it make you to reason? Don't it make it, as you are hearing my voice in the whole of Nigeria, both north to south to east to west to everywhere, why can't you reason? What we are preaching, we indigenous people of Biafra, is common sense. What is good for geese is good for the gander. We are preaching for our own common goodness, because being in Nigeria is harming all of us. The politicians are on the rampage, doing their thing, whereas the population is suffering. Look at the north. That place, once they burn you, if you start walking, they carry plates, give you, say, go and start begging. They deported the Nigerians from Chad, because they are begging. Refugees from Chad. Which are the ideas that the Northerners we are bringing in order to come to help them to conquer. That is why they open borders, so that to bring these people, but they are deporting. Who is the fool? Who is the fool? It is the Northerners. There are poverty everywhere. They don't harness human, resources at all. Then in the north, they don't even think that they can use their brains. No, they don't. Many of them believe that a brain belongs to Allah. A brain belongs to Allah. So anything Allah tells you. So they are controlled by their imams. It's very sad indeed. And their imams are eating and dining with the politicians. The same way in the south and every other place, the Christians are eating with the Nigerian politicians. The same thing. So why do you prefer for us to continue suffering, all of us suffering in that goddamn zone, that entity? Why? As we are suffering, Britain loves it. Continue listening to the remunerations of Nigerian politicians, the governor and the former governor.
2 DSS officials, 1 female officer, of course, for Madam, and 8 policemen. No wonder there are none left to guard the rest of us. Deputy Governor gets 1 DSS operatives, 2 policemen. And then, listen to this also. 25% of annual salaries for personal assistance. They must get personal assistance. 30% of annual basic salaries as car maintenance. So those 6 cars, you still maintain them for them, in spite of what they had taken while in office. 20% of annual basic salary also as utility allowance, no name. Pensionable drivers, no limit to the numbers. And finally, severance benefits, like 300%. Despite all these, some of these former governors still turn the Senate into a retirement home, while others are ministers. Or
after governorship, some of them enter to become ministers, like Dave Omahi, like Wike. Many of them, some enter Senate, and they have even higher remunerations after. Tell me, what type of wickedness is this? This is a code. The tyranny does not last forever. But I want this thing to be broken in our own time. Tyranny does not last forever. They know that a day will come, people will manage to come out and revenge. They know there is none. But when is that day? That is a problem. But for to ending, Roman Empire, how powerful it was. But finally it crumbled. It crumbled. When you push too much, there is a human system, or this world. When you push too much to the limit, you push people too much, human beings to a limit, they must react. It doesn't matter what time it takes, they must react. What I'm saying is this: it doesn't matter how powerful a tyrant is. One day, it begins a story. One day will be one day. Those that are suffering, they will rise up and say, no, enough of this. My happiness is when I research on history, I become happy. You see governments, monarchs, very powerful monarchs in different parts of the world, they crumbled. They crumbled one day. In one way or the other day. Look at Romania last president, communist president, Ceausescu. He was very larger than life. Ceausescu, you don't dare mention his name anyhow during his time, even in your family, because your mother can be a spy. your mother, your father, anybody in the family can be a spy. If you mock him, even in your own room, before you know, because they are afraid, the wall speaks, the walls can hear. You talk his name anyhow, the following day you will disappear. You don't know what happened. Maybe it's your mother, because they were brainwashed into sacrificing even their own child for that man, Ceausescu. But what happened? A day came. It doesn't matter who sponsored the revolution. The people rose up and they captured him and the wife. They captured him. Very powerful president. They sentenced him to death and they killed him, I think, the same day. On the firing squad. When the population rises up, it used to be messy. It used to be very dirty. Because when these people, the way these people are holding the population in Nigeria, look at the video of how they were beating somebody. Not because they are military. An innocent person that did it, he was going on his own way. He didn't even, maybe he don't know that he's even if you know that he's a military general or lieutenant general, what happened? You're going on your lane. Maybe then if he stop, he will stop. No, you pass him normal. Now they block him, started beating him, hitting him. What kind of people are these? They don't give Nigerians no simple breathing space. That is where it pains me when the populations are still manipulated into hating Igbos. Oh, they are the people, they are Igbos, they are bad, they are this and that. Whereas the people tormenting you are the politicians. It's very, very sad. Let me finish playing it.
Or drawing salaries in spite of these pensions. Unfortunately, the entitlement they enjoy are far more than what political office holders in developed and rich countries enjoy. More of why we will continually remain.
Let me go back, please.
Fortunately, the entitlement they enjoy are far more than what political office holders in developed.
Do you hear it? The entitlements Nigerian politicians enjoy are far more greater than what public servants in developed countries enjoy. Far more greater. Because do you know why the population is suffering? Because the whole fund that's supposed to be used for the population, you see one person carry it. They give it to one politician. Have you seen that? Now there will be others, notwithstanding the billions he have stolen. All the governors, all the politicians in Nigeria, they are there to loot, to steal, to exploit. Because no person holds them accountable. They go to mosque and give, go to churches and give, and pastors, pray for them, launder their image. They are children of God, this and that, to the population. But a day is coming, it will be very dirty. The population will rise. That is what I know. I am telling you. It shouldn't continue like this forever. A day is coming. But I want it to be during our own time. Because these people, they have gone beyond what humans, that is inhumanity to human being. Inhumanity to human.
And rich countries enjoy. More of why we will continually remain a developing country. You can't close your eyes to this ugly trend and pretend to fight corruption. It's impossible. We almost realize that we are the ones in opposition in Nigeria and not the political office holders in either APC or PDP. And we can't build a strong and virile country where public institutions work but empty the state treasury to take care of a few who govern the state for a maximum of 8 years, while those that served the states during their youthful years for 35 years are dying by installment for lack of pension.
The issue is this. Now let me stop it here. The issue is this. What gave them the audacity to do as they want is they know that the population is not together, because we are not one people. The caliphate is what they are using religion to, drug the population, the northern population, so that they don't care about they don't even know what is happening in government. They don't know what these politicians are committing. Instead, they are calling them godly people. As long as you will come Friday and pray, follow them, pray. These people, they are backwards, mentally backwards. And that is what they are infesting our people. They are trying to infest, infestation. In the north, the north, to drown us with religion, so that we don't know our front and back again. We now don't care about what we used to care for before, about our governance. And the politicians will be, they will be taking everything. That is what they are doing. Now, before I go into break, let me read this news headline, some news headlines also. Court orders Tinubu government to facilitate immediate release of 270 Nigerians languishing in Ethiopian prison. That is yesterday's news headline. Now, let me ask, does it need any court order for a government to care for their people that are suffering abroad? Does it need court order? Normally, it is the duty of Nigerian government, but they don't do it. There is something that is going on. Our people should understand this. Nigeria government is not resting. They know that we are dispersed. We Igbos, we Biafrans are more dispersed all over the world, and that has been their plan to pursue us from our land. But since IPOB was in place, they now understand that we are turning the disadvantage they put us into to advantage by gathering ourselves and fighting for self-determination so that we can go to our land. It does not augur well with the Nigerian government. Listen, this is a government. Nigeria is a state. They have state power. They have almost limitless capacity to do many things they want to do. They have secret services. They have conventions with the governments, with other governments. Do you remember when Mazi Jonathan Chinedu was preaching that Biafran and Ethiopia are the same people? Do you remember that? Do you remember when he was promoting relationship between Biafra and Ethiopia? Have you people forgotten? No, I have not forgotten. That has been the preaching from a far region. Have you forgotten? Now, Ethiopia Airline was one of the one of the airlines that have continuously been coming down to even Enugu and Port Harcourt. And our people, all those teachings even increase our people to be taking Ethiopia Airlines, believing that, these are our people. But let me tell you something. Nigerian government went there and scatter Hagabaro Ishimini in Ethiopia. It's a country in East Africa, for your information. And Ethiopia, they are progressing. During 1967, Biafra War, the then president of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, he didn't support Biafra, if I'm not mistaken about his name. Because of what? Eritrea was trying also to secede from Ethiopia. So he felt that if he support Biafra, it will give Eritrea a positive sign to continue pushing. And and he supported Nigeria. Ethiopia supported Nigeria against us. Now, Eritrea finally went. Eritrea, it has become a new country, a different country. And another country is also trying to pop up from Ethiopia. Is it Uruguay or something like that? I've forgotten the name of. Can somebody just send me the name of that region that is trying to also secede from Ethiopia now, which they have fought war and they are on negotiated peace now. So, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached about Biafra and Ethiopia, he made our people, we started even compensating, trying to promote Ethiopia Airlines because we are more traveled. Now, Nigerian government have gone there secretly, destroyed the names of Biafrans, our name, Igbo. They told them, look, these are the people, they are any Igbo man you see telling you is going on this and that, is going as long as a transit your land. Catch him. They don't have any innocent person. Is it not what they did to? They did this to in Dubai. Tinubu try to do our people. Sometimes I say, "Nah, in Dubai, we know Sabi." In short, I the foolish. If we understand how we are being cornered before God and man, every Biafran, every woman will support IPOB, either openly or secretly. What they did in Ethiopia is to go and spoil they use a diplomatic channel to let Ethiopia know that, look, any person, look at their type of names. You will see Chi in any name. You will see Okafo, Afo, Nkwo. They describe, they say these are Igbo people. Even as long as they transit your land, take them. If you want, kill them. People don't know what Nigeria, the caliphate, is doing abroad, trying to instigate Russia's profiling from abroad against us. Because they believe that, they say, okay, as long as you people are the ones, the pillar of IPOB, sponsoring IPOB and everything, that we will deal with you people abroad. Remember, Tinubu went to Dubai, telling them the same thing, that look, once you see these people that are committing all this crime, they are Igbo people. So if you see them, profile them, do them this. But Dubai, United Arab Emirates said, no, I cannot. You go and settle your internal issues. We cannot enter into your ethnic problems. Buhari did it in Malaysia. Are you hearing what I'm telling you is reality? That is why if you are on transit using Nigerian passport as an Igbo man, going anywhere, as long as you even transit in Ethiopia, you are not safe. They can bring you down, deal with you, they can do you anything. Testimonies are bound. That is what they are doing. The person that instigated this order, court litigation, is a victim, or his brother, or is a victim. There are three people. Heri Anyanwu, Sunday Mmadago, and Leonard Okafor. This is what, that is why when I see Igbo people, some of our people, messing up on social media, showcasing their riches, and I before God and man, I despise them. I despise them with all my heart. These people, they don't know what is on the offering for us. They don't know. When we are shouting, he said, you don't want your name to be mentioned. I have been saying it. We don't reject $1 million, so 500,000. We don't reject a big sum of money. We don't reject small sum also. IPOB is the last line of defense we have to survive as a people. They are going from one government to other, trying to instigate ethnic profiling against us Biafrans, mostly Igbos, because we are more traveled. When we say Igbos, you a German, you think that you are not among. You are. They refer you as Igbo. The same thing. It's the same people. The old eastern states, once their name sound like it, they will say, hey, these are the people. Take them, give them any charge, convict them if you can, even inject them, kill them. That is what they are doing. So I am using this radio to warn our people to avoid Ethiopia Airlines. Stop using this sentiment of we are the same. No, this is a government issue. It is their interest. The Nigerian government can give them leverage about their airline, maybe remove some service, some service charges, as long as they are doing what it's an agreement between governments. But you told or you don't know, hey, Ethiopia and Ethiopia, how will become? You better avoid Ethiopia Airlines. Avoid it. Because anywhere it's going, you must first of all go and transit in Addis Ababa. It will transit there. Once it transit there, once they see your passport, you're a victim. You know, our people, we don't listen to advice until you go and then nonsense. Let me go. You start shouting, hey, now wow, they told me this. So our people won't come. Let me go now. I will maneuver. Let us avoid Ethiopia Airlines. It's very dangerous now. If you pass their airport, they will detain you. Before you know, they carry any type of allegation and put on your head, and you are there. Before you know, you can die. Our people are dying in Ethiopian prison for nothing. It is the work of Nigerian government. Don't you see how they try to instigate the same thing in South Africa? Even using some Benin people, using different people. That is a work they are trying. They want to break this our power that is from abroad, from overseas. That is what they want to. Nigerian government want to break it. They are a state. Nigeria is a state. They have different powers, so we must counter them. Here on air, we tell you things. So don't look down on it. You look down on it to your detriment. That is it. So anywhere you are going, avoid Ethiopia Airlines. As you are coming from anywhere in this period, December period, avoid taking Ethiopia Airlines. Are you hearing me? Unless you are using a foreign passport, it could be better. But even if they see your name, they can still try to do you something or the other. But even avoiding, once we boycott Ethiopian Airlines, they will hear the sound now. That is the power we have. Once we boycott it, they will hear the sound. How can people, they will be arresting and detaining our people, mostly in Igbo, and we pretend as if nothing is happening. We can't do anything. We can do something by using our power. Stop buying Ethiopian Airlines tickets. That's it. It will send a message. They will know that, look, these people are woken from sleep. But when they are detaining us, killing us, and we are still patronizing them, they take us as a very stupid set of people. You know what they can do? They can go and give one of these social media, one Igbo social media socialite. Give him money now. He will come and promote Ethiopia Airlines. You see how they are treating him nice. That is, Igbos are very good in that. Fighting against them, against a unanimous decision. That is it. They are not, and that is why now I don't for all these useless characters. You will see an Igbo, they call him a socialite now. Ethiopian airline, once they see that Igbos are no more coming, they can fold. Because we are versatile everywhere. We are traveling. They are making money from us. Now they can meet an Igbo socialite to promote them, give him money. Now his personal money now will be more. He will, that is his personal interest. He will prefer it to even if we are dying. That is the way an average Igbo man. He will tell you now on social media, even on television. They say, no, fly this social. He say, hey, look at how they are treating. Oh, look at this place. It's good. Look at how they are treating me. It's propaganda. We don't treat propaganda. We don't speak propaganda here. We don't propaganda here. Something that is lie. I don't buy into. Many people that are victims in that jail, they don't do nothing. Many of them are even on transit. Maybe a few hours transit that warrants you to come down from the flight. Or one day or a few days transit that warrants you to come down from the flight. It becomes a Thursday day. Before you know it, a Thursday day. Now it's a now social worker. So nowhere. Before you know, you take your life. They will take your money, all your money, everything, and bogey one thing or the other. Avoid Ethiopian Airlines as a Biafran. Do not fly it. That's why I used to say, you see, listening to Radio Biafra, it can save your life. But when you think you have grown above Radio Biafra, one day you will understand your mistake. That is it. So, our enemy, Nigerian government, is trying to corner us, even in diaspora. As they cannot bring the unanimous international community in order to tag us terrorists, now they are trying to corner us from one country to the other, those that they can manipulate. Do you understand their move? They will now, anywhere they go, they try to put words that there are one set of Nigerians only in eastern part of Nigeria that are committing all these things. They will use diplomacy and put it. If the country wants, even they can give them some leverage, bribe them in order to be doing what they are doing. That's it. We must continue. Now, there is another news headline. Yeah, Tigray. Yes, thank you, my brother. Tigray, yes. Tigray is a region in Ethiopia. The Tigrayans. It's a region that is also trying to move out of Ethiopia today. They fought wars for many years and they are in a fragile peace with the Ethiopian government now. But do you know one funny thing about Tigray? Let me tell you something, this story. During the time of Eritrea war, Eritrea fighting for self-determination, for you to understand, when Mazi Jonathan Chinedu said that we Biafrans, we are not leaving anybody along, otherwise it will be a problem tomorrow. That is what happens to Tigray. Tigray was an arch enemy of Eritrea. They were the people, because they were more, I think, in population, even in their military. They were the people that are die hard and saying that no person in Eritrea should never be allowed to depart from Nigeria. Like what others are doing to us Biafrans today. Eritrea fought, they killed the Eritreans. This Tigray you are seeing today that are fighting for their self-determination. The same thing that Eritrea fought. What prevented them from fighting the same time? Do you see it? The Tigrayans, they went to war against Eritrea. When you see the number of military that were used against Eritrea by Ethiopia, the Tigrayans were more. They were more, radical against Ethiopia. But Ethiopia eventually, after many years of fighting, a decade plus, I think 17 years of fighting, of war, it's not easy. They went, and now that marginalization that Eritreans were talking about at that time, complaining. Ethiopia now started it against this Tigray now. Oh, Chineke. Ethiopia now turned against Tigray. And Tigray, so they regret. They say, oh, so this is what, They now say no. And they started war. Do you see that? Do you see what is happening? That is how life is. That is why when I see some people talking against this struggle, IPOB, oh, Biafra, I laugh. Do not allow something that happened in Tigray to happen to you. If we go, the Janjaweed, the Fulani, they will not stop. They will always try to conquer, and if they don't subjugate somebody or people, no, then they are not happy. They must try to subjugate, look for who to subjugate. If they see, look for Biafra, and Biafra is no more, we protect our border. Who are they? If we have Biafra, who are the Fulani? Who are the Fulani? Who are the Fulani? Our locally developed weapons, we wipe them off. We will not even buy weapons from abroad. Who are the caliphates? What would they do? We will start building jet fighters immediately. Do you know Biafrans outside? When we come with what we have in our head, who are they? When we venture to talk to Biafra? Now, you see Nigeria, if they are still together, they will look for the caliphate, will look for who to, because they live to subjugate people. They must colonize people. They must look for who to colonize, even in their midst. So that is what happened in Ethiopia and Tigray today. Ethiopia must look for who to marginalize. There must be war. So our people, please avoid Ethiopia airline. Avoid it. As you are flying home from anywhere, if you see Ethiopian airline, even if it's the last option, say please, I don't want. Don't enter. If you transit Addis Ababa, you might end up having serious problem that can take your life for nothing, because that is agreement with Nigeria. So no sentiment, please. Let me just read another news headline before I open the line. Aggrieved, let me aggrieved Nigerian soldiers lament non-payment of allowances, accuse service chiefs of corruption. Now, this aggrieved Nigerian soldiers, are they not the ones that are beating this guy in a viral video? Black people are evil. I am telling you. They don't. Do you see? Like Nigerian military, they don't pay them. They don't give them uniform. Their oga will tell them, I beg, go outside and don't you see bloody civilians full everywhere? Beat them, collect money from them. The Nigerian soldiers, they train them with propaganda brainwashing that they must be against bloody civilians. Who are the bloody civilians? Citizens that are paying them. The citizens that are paying them. Now, these zombies, Fela called them zombies. Instead of attacking their hierarchies, their masters, their ogas, their service chiefs, they will now say, okay, they will come on the road, block the road, start. If they see you, like in Biafra land, if they see you dress well or carry nice car, they say you're a Yahoo boy. They can kill you. How many times? It happens every day. If they corner you, they see they beat this thing, that you have money in your account. They can carry you and kill you. They can tell you, they will first of all tell you to confess. They will make video and tell you to confess that you are an armed robber, you are a kidnapper, so that they hold it as evidence against you. Now they have the whole money in your account, they will take it. They can kidnap. In Biafra land, it is the Nigerian military and police that are mostly undergoing kidnapping people. calling their parents or their loved ones to send money. It's what is happening in our land. That is what is happening. Anything they bring them to the east, to the southeast. So, but these idiots that Nigerian military agreed to Nigerian soldiers lament. They continue lamenting. They have gone. They can't do nothing. Where their power lies is bloody civilian, ordinary citizens that are suffering like them. That is where I cannot understand why the brain of Nigerians cannot develop. If their brains are at least average, they will say, but these people they are calling bloody civilians. They are making us to call bloody civilians. These are our brothers and sisters, our people that are, that are suffering like us. Whereas this our guy in higher places, they are living exorbitant lives, carrying women as they want, dashing women in the cars, latest cars and houses. Whereas we are suffering, and they tell us to go and start disturbing our brothers and sisters on the street. But Nigerians, do they have brain? No. Their Nigerian brains are not developed. They are still on the Neanderthal stage. It's not developed. That's why they do what they are doing. Some aggrieved soldiers have complained about the non-payment of their various allowances by the Nigerian army authorities. Why don't you kill them? These people, you see, their gas, many of them cannot even run 5 meters. Their belly, their stomachs are burst out. You're a soldier. If you kill them, you can die. If you don't kill them, they will still send you to Zambesa forest or send you where they will kill you. Are you hearing me? That is why another Nigerian army is another news headline. Nigerian army corporal cries out from sick bed over neglect since 2020 from sustaining spinal cord injury on duty. They abandoned him. When you hear order, obey order, say, why not? You have gone. You have guns. You are more numerous than your masters, than your seniors. All these generals and all these high-ranking officers. You will let them, you kidnap them, kill them. They are making you to suffer, and they are causing problem, bringing problem between you and the citizens that you're supposed to be protecting. But does Nigerian soldiers, do they care? I said their brains are not yet developed. They are in the stage of early men. Their brains, their frontal lobes are not developed yet to understand all this, that they need to do something. Instead, they are lamenting. They carry gun, but they are lamenting. But when they see you as a citizen, they call you civilian. As a citizen, as a civilian, pass by them, they will shoot you, kill you. That is where they have force, they have power. What a country is that? What type of country is that? Let me stop here. But the Abia government blames opposition politicians for rising violence attacks in Abia State. That's it. In the whole of Southeast, we know what they are doing. We inform our people. When they do, they say IPOB, they say ESN. No, these are false flag operations. We know that. They sponsor criminality in our land to blackmail IPOB and to pursue our people from coming home, bringing their businesses home. This is what they are doing. But we must continue. We don't care. We don't care. This is where I'm going to stop. We go into a few minutes break. And when I come back, I will open the lines so that people can start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
The former governor new cars every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop for a former governor. The former governor gets 6 new cars every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop. Deputy gets 3 or 5 cars every 3 years. The former governor gets a house in Lagos and in Abuja, any place of his choice. Why the deputy gets a house in Lagos only? Free medical care for the governor, his deputy, and their families for life. They are also entitled to cooks, steward, gardeners, and domestic staffs, all pensionable. Worst of all, 300% of annual basic salaries every 2 years as furniture allowance for the governor and his deputy. Also, 100% of annual basic salaries as house maintenance allowance. The house you build, you still maintain it for them. 2 DSS officials, 1 female officer, of course, for Madam, and 8 policemen. No wonder there are none left to guard the rest of us. Deputy governor gets 1 DSS operatives, 2 policemen. And then, listen to this also. 25% of annual salaries for personal assistants. They must get personal assistants. 30% of annual basic salaries as car maintenance. So those 6 cars, you still maintain them for them, in spite of what they have taken while in office. 20% of annual basic salary also as utility allowance, no name. Pensionable drivers, no limit to the numbers. And finally, severance benefits, like 300%. Despite all this, some of these former governors still turn the Senate into a retirement home, while others are ministers, all drawing salaries in spite of these pensions. Unfortunately, the entitlement they enjoy are far more than what political office holders in developed and rich countries enjoy, more of why we will continually remain a developing country. You can't close your eyes to this ugly trend and pretend to fight corruption. It's impossible. We almost realize that we are the ones in opposition in Nigeria and not the political office holders in either APC or PDP. And we can't build a strong and virile country where public institutions work but empty the state treasury to take care of a few who govern the state for a maximum of 8 years, while those that served the states during their youthful years for 35 years are dying by installment for lack of pension. My advocacy today would be, if we remove the houses in Lagos and Abuja, the 300 and 100% of annual basic for furniture allowances and house maintenance allowance, cut down the number of cars to 2 per 5 years and reduce the number of policemen to just 2, we would have saved enough to fund or fix some of these dilapidated roads and abandon public hospitals.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra land. We are here live and direct. Today is the 20th day of November 2024. We must continue. Who is holding Nigeria together? That is what I talk about today. It is only Britain together with the political criminals, their cronies, which have collected everything or in charge of everything. Therefore, we must continue keeping the population in abject poverty and separated and divided using ethnicity, religion, and all what's not to separate them, to separate the population, whereas the politicians are buying together, exploiting everybody. Our lines are now open. Our WhatsApp and Signal line, please, is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a caller already. Mazi Joe, can you hear me, Mazi?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Very good evening, sir.
Well, welcome to the program.
No, sir. Thank you. Great Biafra. Salutations to you wherever you are. Mazi, I'm going to quickly delve into some points that you raised, and the one that caught my attention was as you put it, that the British have existed. Let me say they were colonized by the Romans for over 500 years, and all the evil things they learned from the Romans, it is part of what they are using now to colonize all colonies they have under the Commonwealth. Now, for them to be able to achieve this in any country of their choice, they need to bring poverty into fusion. They use it as a weapon against the people, and they try to make the leaders to be very corrupt. And amongst our people, that's the corrupt ones, they have them as assets. Now, don't be surprised that the MI6, MI5, the French intelligence, all of them, they have their spies amongst our politicians, which I believe they do. All of us should know that even IBB is an agent for Mossad.
Mazi Tinubu, don't you hear, you listen, don't you hear Tinubu? CIA said that he is openly, that Tinubu is their asset. So, when the number one person is their asset, what are you talking?
No, there's nothing. It's their asset, they have said it. This thing they said, it will not be possible for them to say it even in the 80s or 90s. But now, they have seen that these Nigerians are like zombies. If they poke them with pin inside their eyes, they will not react. They will say, I forgive you 77 times, 7 times. Those people that gave them the Bible, why, as they are fighting right now, why are they not forgiving each other? You know, our people don't just know, they don't think. They reason inside the box, not outside the box. That's one of their problems. And you know, Mazi, I see the Fulanis. Yes, they are acting like stooges for the British Empire. But do you know what, Mazi? Their relationship it will be like the one of America and what's his name, Osama bin Laden. They are going to use them. Biafra will exist, and there is going to be big problem between them and the British. This is how it has always been. Whomever they use, they make sure that they take care of that person. They are going to fight. Mazi, you will see. Both of them, they are going to have problems. I think it was 3-4 days ago when they said that a new terror group emerged in Sokoto. You know, one of a prominent Fulani man, I can't remember his name, he said that those people that came are lanky, that's they are slim and tall. That initially when they came, they thought they were coming to help the people, but now they are doing otherwise. And one thing he said that struck me, that poked me, was that he said these people are from Burkina Faso, they are from Niger, and they are from Mali. Now, how can a group from, how can they, just Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, how can they form together to come to Sokoto inside Nigeria to start killing people? What the Fulanis are being used for? They want to use them to cause a problem for these 3 African countries that have decided to be on their own. That is what is happening. And for me to end this, Mazi, you see the current imbroglio happening right now between the US and Russia. Mazi, in our present eyes, we are going to see a nuclear Christmas. Just 2 months remaining for Biden to hand over. He wants to cause catastrophe for us. Well, Mazi, Chuko Kike will see us through. There was that.
There was Mazi, of course. We must continue. They want to reduce the population, the world population. That is the system. The system. That is what they have decided, to reduce the world order. But the opposition has been telling them that, look, you didn't create a human being. Why should you reduce human life? Why should you kill? You know, so, but we must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me, Mazi? Is it WhatsApp or Signal? Call on Signal, sorry. Call on Signal.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
There, Mazi. Go on, please.
I hope I'm coming out.
You are. Go on.
Mazi Jonathan, good evening, sir.
There, Mazi.
I greet our HODs, the men of honors. May Chukwu Kabiama protect you people and give you people strength to continue this good work. My name is Mazi Fine. Mazi Fine, calling from his location. Mazi, we can never be afraid of our enemy. Don't mind where I am. Where I am is very, very critical. But I can never fear any bagger. Mazi, if there's one thing I realize in this struggle. Not actually that our people are mugus or don't have sense. No. Our people are Republican, as our leader said. Because our people always believe in what they see or what they hear. And that is why they use the
Mazi, are you still there? We are reconnecting.
Sorry, network is disturbing.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I'm standing to say that most of our people don't receive this good news. More especially, I don't want to call where I'm calling from, but I believe that leadership have got the message. I don't want to call the place which I reside. What is happening to our people is due to lack of information. If our people began to receive information from this hollow platform, things can never remain the same. I'm talking about our people particularly. But I want to ask Nigeria youth, it is time for people to start listening to Radio Biafra to know what is going on. I'm telling you the fact. If you are poor people in this country, what is good for you is death. That is all is good for you than to live. How can a past governor, deputy, been receiving this kind of thing? Receiving Bese, receiving BEM, you get what your people they call BEM. Receiving both life for everything. Receiving cars, 6, 5 after they left office. I will use this platform or this media to advise Nigeria youth to start listening to Radio Biafra. It will help them. Otherwise, they will never see a light of everything good in this life. But I'm telling the fact. I'm advising them to start listening to Radio Biafra. Where I am is very, very dangerous, but I can never be afraid. I must speak this gospel, whether good or bad. Mazi, we can never fall back. If we go back, it will be a worse than what happened to our forefathers. We must get this our freedom, whether they like it or not. Mazi, see how you are telling people telling us about people that fought years. Our forefathers fought only 3 years, 1967 to 1970.
30 months, 2.5 years, 30 months to be precise.
Yes. But you see, like something like Southern Sudan and other like Ethiopia, years, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. In this our generation, we can never give up. We will fight until we get this. Even we will fight beyond after we get the freedom. We will fight. But I thank the leadership because they are wise men. They know what is good and they know what is in the time to put. That is why I'm not shaking, and that is why I will support them until even if I call you to, even if I did not be there alive tomorrow, wherever I am, I will support the leadership, both physical or spiritual. But I will live to see Biafra. Likewise, we and the other leadership and the other genuine IPOB members. But let me stop from here. Because I'm going to go further, no come with it. They will hear from us. May God bless you, Mazi. That's not the good news.
You too.
Only what we need in this our location is to make our radio to be speaking. Our radio is not speaking. Leadership have got our message. Let our radio start speaking. Mazi, if our radio speak today, tomorrow this autopilot, this criminal experiments will die in our location. They know what I'm saying. If our radio speak today or this night in our location, which the leadership have got the information, these experiments will die within a second. And that's what I promised them. Why they are gallivanting and they're doing it is because our radio is not speaking in our location. Please, leadership help us and let our radio speak in our location, which we people have got the message.
Of course.
But people can bless you people.
And you too.
We are not going back, whether good or bad. Here I don't on the Mazi. Good night from here, Mazi.
There we go.
No bagger, no, we are not afraid.
There we go. Thank you very much. Work has been ongoing and to fix our radios where it is not speaking. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Chinedu, Mazi Chinedu.
Mazi, what we are doing is the work of Elohim, what we are born to do. And I believe that every one of us that is in this very place, not just all of us, but those dedicated ones, we are born for this very project. Because if you see what we have encountered and still we are here, you know that this thing is not just for, for the doing sake. Let me leave it at there. Mazi, I don't know if I'm coming out.
Mazi, you are. Go on. You are.
What is an advantage can as well be.
Mazi, you are coming out. You are coming out. Go on.
Yeah, so I said what is an advantage can also be disadvantage depending on what you do with everything around you. We in the past has been so gullible, and presently today, by the help of Chukwuka Kabiama. That is why I always remember how we taught and what we say in the past, because after looking at all the difficulties that is in our front, we always make this statement. When things have come and gone, most of us will not remember. We always make this statement that also that will take us out of this thing. And we knew that time will come based on who we are, that God will definitely bring us somebody like Mazi and the Karama. And here we are today. He's here. I don't know if I mentioned my name. My name is Chinedu, is informer. So, in all of these things that have been happening, a wicked, somebody that hates you will never see the evil in his front, because he will always set his eye on how you will be destroyed. That is what is happening in Nigeria presently. Is there any tribe or any state or any individual that is not suffering? But that Igbo heat will never make them to see what they are supposed to do. Presently they all know that most of the income what Nigeria is using surviving comes from the east. And they have developed this mentality of, making sure that they exploit everything, despite it's not coming for them. But make sure that you keep an Igbo man down. You go to the north, you see Igbo man working, and excessive taxation is being placed on him. But let me not even go further. But I just thank Elohim that presently today, we are turning everything that is negative to our own advantage. Just like in the past, when you talk, people say, presently we have an IPOB, who have been here for years now. And since the coming of IPOB, I'm telling you, if it's not the presence of IPOB, they would have been killing us based on all what have been happening in Nigeria. By now, I got also from the north, now also from the east, from the southwest. Because of what they planned in the past and presently, they have been planning to see that they take them back to those same way which they start confiscating our property. And they do say it even in social media, in our eyes, in our presence. All of them, their minds are all placed in Igbo man's property. And they have stressed it even outside Nigeria to even Ethiopia. Just as we have said it here, we should take it out like wildfire. We are the most populated organization presently in the world. Well, that is a very big advantage. We should not toy with it. IPOB, but tomorrow morning, in every platform, in every street, in every corner, in every village, in everywhere, we must make sure that we educate our people. And we are a force. As soon as we have said it, everybody abides to it. You just not know how it is. Mazi, I'm telling you that as in whether you accept what IPOB is saying, as a Nigeria or as an Igbo man or as a Biafran, you do not accept it. A time will come when you will use tears and be looking for means to align with this very organization. Mazi, there is no fear, there is no doubt in me. There was a time which I get upset based on what Mazi Jonathan preach. But as time goes on, my eyes keep opening and my mind keep opening. I start seeing things in his own way. I no longer get angry. I now started seeing this thing. Do you know that I even saw that definitely it will come. Because we are doing things in a perfect way. We saw how we feel, and we are doing things in the right. You can see IPOB. What have IPOB done to Nigeria? But we have kept them where they can never come out. This shenanigans that they are doing, all of these things, it's a matter of time. We are just doing the need for educating because I find that the greatest weapon you can have is enlightening society. When you have enlightened your people, make them see the reason to get their freedom. We will move like Wi-Fi, and there is nothing will stop us. Ethiopian Airlines, we will make sure that we spread this message to every one of our people. If you feel that what we are saying is not important to you, you will go there. Either we hear of what happened to you, or we do not hear what happened to you. But you will definitely test it. But I'm telling you that distance time, they will feel the wrath of IPOB and feel the wrath of what they have done. And I'm telling him, why they went to the Nigerian government to start asking them to come and take it? Because they have done enough, they have killed enough, the remnant of what they have killed remain, and they don't know what to do with it again. Then I came back to the Nigerian government that they should come and carry it. But I'm telling you that these people have really done evil against us. It's just the little that we have heard. But we can never go as in left it like that. Anybody that deals, it has in the past, that time have come and passed when you do something to us or will not do anything. Presently, we have an IPO which every one of us has pledged our loyalty, pledged our support, pledged everything. I don't even see any other things that I have again to do in this life, if it's not to fight for my restoration. I have suffered, I've gone through the Sahara Desert, I've gone to people's country, and I know how they dealt with me. And I can never subject my kids to this. This can never use it to organize, as in set up a good society that will be beneficial for everybody. It is when you work, fight, get an independent society that where people ability will excel, just not like in Nigeria, where no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, no matter the position you have gotten, no matter how you have also, you are still on the floor. Mazi, I would like to leave it as they say, may only continue to give you the strength, give you knowledge, give you wisdom, especially the leadership. And I'm promising everyone that is working against this very struggle, especially the Eberima in Finland, Organ won't win here. It's not that only Organ won't win here, he will die in the hands of the people that sent him. Look at what this man is doing in the East. Look at what him and Asari and the whole post of them and Dave Umai and every one of them. Did they think that nobody knows? We all know who is doing it, and we have sunk it in the minds of our people and in the brains of our people. They can see it's even the ordinary people that is telling them. And in no distance time, they will get their reward. Thank you so much.
There were Mazi Chinedu, there were. Caller on signal, Mazi Madabuchi. Can you hear me?
Yes, my brother, I can hear you.
There were Mazi. Yes, go on.
Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. My name is Ifan Chukwumadabuchi, and I'm reaching you from the Netherlands. Mazi, please let me do this announcement before I comment a little bit. The IPOB in the Netherlands invite you to our ESN fundraising event. All IPOB family members, all Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we invite you to the ESN event, which will take place on 7th of December. 7th of December, that will be a Saturday. It will start at 3 p.m. Central European Time. The venue is Charity House by Madrev 1239. That's the address. Charity House by Madrev 1239. Postcode is 1103 Tango X-ray Ganzenhoef, Amsterdam. That is postcode 1103 Tango X-ray, that is TX Ganzenhoef, Amsterdam. And please, for information or inquiries, call +31 68 790 2075. I repeat, +31 687 9020 75. Alternatively, call +31 644 849 174. And I repeat, you could call +31 644 849 174. Come one, come all, and support our guardians, our vigilantes that are guarding our parents, our family members. And yes, I thank our people in America who did their event last Saturday. We thank everybody who phoned up, who donated, who pledged. Blessed are you, the hand that giveth to protect Biafra. The God of Biafra will provide for you and protect you and will make you see Biafra. So, Mazi, you see what we are talking about, the remuneration or the pay the governors, the deputy, the ministers, and all the politicians are getting in Nigeria. This thing is not payment or allowance. This is bribery. So once you are allowed to take that money or you pay that money, tell me, a governor will be taking complete salary of a governor, as a pension, and he will be taking another salary as a pension, the senator. If he was a minister after being a senator, he will be collecting three pensions, 3 persons. How can you maintain this? And Nigeria financially is in the abyss. So the cost of governance in Nigeria is unreal. But they have to maintain it so that the political class who will tell the people what is happening and help the people to organize or reorganize it will not be looking at the cost of governance or the thievery and robbery that is going on. Can you imagine a governor of a state take 100 billion naira for his state compass into his party to because he's running next to the presidential candidate. So he took 100 billion for his state compass. How can somebody do this? Oh, and he didn't end there. He he took 8 billion naira again to buy the ticket because he is running as a vice presidency. This is Nikan Yokowan in data set. He took 100 billion and he took another 8 billion to his party to buy the place. And he didn't win. We are not talking about whatever he did with his state, budgetary allocation. Nobody is talking about it. This is the money he took for himself and put into his party. And what about the higher value of Pakistan? How many 100.something billion they are accusing him of? But the EFCC cannot even get the man to come to court. And the rest of which he says, because we are not even looking at them, they are robbing that what we want is Biafra and what we get is Biafra. So we are not about going to. I support, and because our leader says that if somebody says that does a good one, we praise him. If he do the bad one, we spread him. I support any political class that is saying that our leader Mazi any second he is in detention, in extraordinary rendition, and in social confinement in Nigeria, it's a second too long. Our leader must be released unconditionally before any other type of talk or negotiation. Our leader cannot negotiate in limbo, in solitary confinement. He's not leading his family, he's not leading his village. He is the leader of Biafra, whole eastern region. So you cannot lock him up and tell us you are negotiating with him. It's a big fat lie. Our leader needs to be free to take care of himself, and then we talk. And so what we are saying is support ESN, and we don't have any army. For those who are jumping up and down about army, ESN is our belated assistance in our bushes and our people. Support the DOS, the Directorate of State. Join IPOB. Let's join hands and restore Biafra. God bless Biafra. Thank you, Mazi.
There were Mazi. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? I think you'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? Please go on. There were Mazi.
Is my voice coming out?
Yes, go on.
Hello.
Mazi, go on. I'm hearing you. Go on. The whole world is hearing you. Go on. Just go on.
Remain Amechi. I came in late because I knew your program is today, but when I searched the internet, I didn't see you live. I had to tune into Radio Biafra community radio, no signal. I went to Simple Radio, Mazi, and I joined almost towards the end of your program. But I overheard something I want to react on. I think the question you ask is who benefits for unity of Nigeria. But what I heard you when I joined, what you were saying is about the bad treatment of Ethiopia to Nigerians, especially in Igbo, in Addis Ababa. Mazi, I traveled through that airport 2 months ago, and what I saw is horrible. So honestly, I felt so bad. Though I had my foreign passport, when we just came down from the flights, marching to the terminal, if you see how they treat people with our green passport or with their zoo green passport, Mazi, we shed tears. My own was just easy because I just showed them foreign passport. I didn't have any harassment. Then apart from all the searching, the way they harass people, they talk to people, no respect to even elderly women and all that. Then at the end, when we were going to the terminal, where we will board flights to Enugu, any person who has flown through that Addis Ababa will testify to what I'm saying. The terminal, I think, is A1, the very, very, very last door of that airport. Mazi, guess what? As you are going down towards that side, it will be departing from a modern airport to a local airport. Local in the sense that the air condition doesn't even work, everything looks so dilapidated. Then in that corner, when it was time for our flight, there's something you said in your old broadcast that I was just laughing and listening to it. Nigerians remain animals once they are coming closer, coming towards their home. Do you know everybody was ugly from Toronto, everywhere, everybody was ugly until they just announced that flight to Enugu. They started jumping line. They started pushing women with children.
That's it.
That is just one
It's
part.
like that always.
Eventually, when we entered the gate, we had to walk into the airport and enter bus. This bus had to drive us like almost from Enugu to from Onitsha to Oka. No, I'm exaggerating. Like half of Onitsha to Oka. A very long distance. And in my own usual character, I just cracked a joke to the hearing of everybody. I now say, Anji's boss Allah Alibo. Everybody there started laughing. There's no treatment, there's no honor to Nigerians flying to Enugu through that airport. They took us to almost at the back of the airport where they parked the flight coming to Enugu. Mazi, the worst is the customer service, especially to our people, is zero. I'm joining the voice of our leader, of Mazi Jonathan, to tell our people not to be patronizing them. And that will be my last experience flying through Ethiopian Airlines.
Boycott it.
Last time, my old mother was coming to where I live. I begged them for wheelchair and assistance. She can walk, but it's a kind of a guided tour to seniors or people who are below the age. But guess what? When they flew from Enugu to Addis Ababa, they abandoned that woman and the 3 other old people in the flight. No attention was given to them. And my mom told me that all of them, when the pilot came out from the pulpit, from the cockpit, he said, hey, find your way, that he's going to lock the flight. All of them grabbed him by the shirt and trousers. They say, you are not leaving us here until you bring people that will take care of us. That is how bad they are. Let me come to the Britain, where I've overemphasized that one. Britain is the people enjoying the disunity, the disorganization, the corruption in Nigeria. They benefit human, they harvest people, they throw their visa as a peanut, and all the best brains will rush into the visa program. They will select the best doctors, the best nurses, move them down to their place, and our people remain in a poor health conditions. That is how they also steal mineral resources. So the benefit, Britain is the direct beneficiary of what is going on in Nigeria. Like a previous caller said, the same way they used Osama bin Laden to strike in the Middle East, eventually they killed him. That is how Britain is going to deal with Fulani when Biafra exits, because this romance is not going to continue forever. Mazi, finally, there's something you post on your wall. I agree with you 100%. Let us use this Radio Biafra to encourage our entrepreneur, our rich men and women, to look towards agriculture. Even if it means importing equipment, tractors and equipment, convert some empty land into mechanized farming. Because if we feed ourselves, we can now export our talent and our product to the world. Mazi Dodrege, Dalosa.
There were Mazi Dodrege. Let me see. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Importing equipment.
Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on. Can you switch off your listening device? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Please, go on.
My name is Onye Buchi. I'm calling from Biafra land. I hope my voice is coming out.
Mazi, if I pick your call, I don't like this question. I hope my voice is coming out. Go on. If your voice is not coming out, I will let you know. Go on, please. Go on.
Looking at the question you asked, those people holding Nigeria. Yes, from your previous broadcast, you made mention of the colonial legacy. As reflecting on that part of colonial legacy, you discover that the colonialists left, but their representative are the people we are seeing here. Because take for instance, during election presidential candidates, you see all of them traveling out. You're asking yourself, traveling for what? Who is in charge of the country? Traveling to who? For what? So the point is that we are rejoicing with we had independence, but it's obvious we have just paper and then flag independence, and these people are still the people in charge. Because you cannot tell me all these politicians, because at a point we were arguing, why are these security men treating the citizens and calling them bloody civilians, but you see them protecting and then guiding all these politicians who have cases of looting and stealing left and right, but they don't do anything. So the point is that legacy, which even the colonialists instituted all this security, are still the condition they are operating till today. Understand? And quite all right, look at the case of SARS. Who are the people that galvanize the establishment of SARS? They are Britain. And then when the protest was going on to ban it, you see the role the Catalan played as well with Tinubu in Lagos, and then they killed so many people and even as well lied. So the point is that there are so many institutions, understand, politically, religiously, as you already mentioned, in alignment with the legacies they laid, understand, contributing to the menace the poor are suffering to today. Because on the political angle, they are there deceiving, manipulating. On the side of the religious, they are there damning the spirit of the people, channeling their energy on the wrong path. Understand, as you already pointed out. So for me, the question is clear, and the answer is also clear. But the point is that, as you already pointed out, you continue to push people. At a point, they will still what? Bounce back. It's only a matter of time. Do you understand? An angry man can only keep calm for a moment, but what he has in mind is there. He's just looking for an opportunity. And I'm very, very glad that this Radio Biafra is giving us a greater opportunity. Opportunity in the sense that the highest weapon now is to get the mind straight and set the record straight and get the mind equipped with the right information. Because some people were thinking, just like what you pointed out, the way they used media to blackmail the minds of the citizens of America, and they thought that Russia is doing the wrong thing, or Putin is doing the wrong thing. So the same way. But I'm very, very glad for the establishment of this organization, and particularly Radio Biafra, where the right information, despite whatever they will try to do or whatever they plan against it, yes, people can as well get access to the right information, the right political analysis, and things, and get access to the way things are done and how things are moving. So I'm very, very grateful. And the question you answered is also a kind of a reflection. Understand? Everybody will then go into deep thoughts. Actually, these people are supporting giving you crumbs and all this and that. Do you know that they are the people making you poorer? Do you know that the people that are subjecting the poor masses to the level we are into? So the answer is trying to make everybody go into his mind, into his subconsciousness, to know quite all right that anyway, the people that are following this are the people that they are being paid, that are being worshipped, and all this and that because of little things they get from them. But generally, there a greater percentage of the poor masses have come to the consciousness of where the problems are coming from. Understand? But at a point, we are just like, every 4 years, they come out with election, all this and that. You ask yourself, when you know quite all right that even your votes cannot count, why are they disturbing the mind of the people? Look at what's happening. Despite what happened during the 23 presidential candidate election, with all the riggings and the rest of them, they are still continuing with that trend. And people are just like, I don't even understand. Sometimes I watch like, but anyway, the point is clear. And we are very, very glad we have this Radio Biafra where all of us can access and get the right information and get the mind equipped, because the mind is the highest weapon. Understand? So thank you so much, and I thank the leadership for their good work. And quite all right, here in Biafra land, many people are listening. Do you understand? Sometimes many may not have time to call, but consciously people are listening. Thank you so much. I appreciate your good work.
We are all in this together. Thank you very much. This is where I'm going to switch up the phones. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, what we say here is what we need, the need of the hour. It doesn't matter how bitter it is. First of all, let me reiterate about this boycotting of Ethiopia Airlines. When they treat us bad, now we have to also react. That is what makes us a human being. Our power is to boycott. We have the power to say no, we are not using we are using our money to pay the tickets. There are other companies, even if it is costlier, even if it is more costly, there is no problem. It's better you pay costly than to lose your life or to suffer losses that is even more when you compare to money. So we have to react. I'm telling you, we shouldn't be only complaining. Here we encourage actions. Nigeria government is dealing with us, because they want to envelop us forever. But as I said, tyranny does not last forever. The empire, the Roman Empire crumbled, as powerful as they are. Other powerful empires finally crumbled. Tyrants, they killed people, they did as they want, but the time came, they started being weak and they crumbled. Likewise, Nigeria, notwithstanding the system they are using, they have caged people, the population. As our brother said, in Nigeria, if you don't have money, if you are poor, you can die at any time. You are nothing. Which is not supposed to be. Politicians have it all. They share the whole thing, the whole finance, the whole fund, the whole everything. You can near. If you near, they use a military to intimidate you, kill you, and they brainwash the military to be against the people. Do you know how many Nigerian military? How many of them? More than 75% of Nigerian military are protecting, and the police force are protecting the politicians and other even foreign aristocrats or technocrats, businessmen, rich men and women. Now, the remaining 25% is used to extort ordinary people. How do you think a country like this how do you think it's sustainable? The political class, they do anything they want. They steal money. They don't care. What you hear in the news is billions. This person stole billions, and not with impunity. Nothing happens. From governorship, he enter. When he comes out, he enter, become a senator. From there, become a minister. They are the only ones that are good for everything. They steal everything and left the population in tatters. As dog is dog. Nigerian population is being used by these demons we call politicians to fight against themselves. They pitch wars, fights against each other. I mean the population, using money, as the whole them has done, recruiting youths to be spies against their own people. To give report, the more you give report, even lying against one another, now you get more money. That is what they do in Nigeria. Let me ask Britain. How does Britain think that this thing called Nigeria is sustainable? How do you think? Are we not human beings? Are we not human beings? And my anger also goes against all these clergymen, pastors, and the Jews that are promoting running away from our land as a miracle. As a miracle. You praying, you sow your seed for you to run away from your land, and they promote it. And somebody will come and say, no, this is not our problem. Are you excuse me? Are you kidding me? That this is not our problem? People that diverted our mindset from focusing on fighting the reality, now they focus it on illusion. Turning things that supposed to be, that we're supposed to abhor, turning it into good thing. Going out, running away from our land, they promote it that it is God that is doing it. Jesus is promoting it. It's a miracle. How can you tell me that this is not part of our problem? How? It is high time we turn around. Support ESN. Support what we are doing. Support what we are doing in one way or the other. Not everybody can be members or registered members of IPOB, but people must support what we are doing. You can send your support covertly or overtly, secretly or openly, as you may wish it, by making contacts. That is it. We are not talking only talking. We are talking and doing. That is it. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught us. We are not only there lamenting. We complain and we act. That is IPOB for you. Therefore, Biafra remains our religion. Biafra remains who we are. Biafra is all we have. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. I continue saying it here. Now they have the Kanu family, they are no more making noise as before. Ima mwenye watakri ihe yoji tetora yoji moranya nye watakri na orichazie. You must sleep now. They have gone to sleep. They have. But we will never leave our leader. It's impossible. We will never leave our leader. And the restoration of Biafra remains our number one goal. Therefore, everybody get kajinome. Continue. Do not the corner cry. Because that is what they are waiting for, us to disappear and leave everything. That is what people like Obasanjo, that is what they are waiting. Now leave them. As you continue, hold this man, you hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will scatter. They will tire and move away. Before they fought for 2.5 years and everybody run away, they go back to Nigeria without no result. That is able for you. Can you read the corner cry for people that are saying, nah, how is I'm confused? Now, listen to Radio Biafra. Download the IPOB community radio, Radio Garden, and the Simple Radio on your smartphone, so that you'll be listening. This is where we get it. Where it all started. If you are not listening here, which means you will not be informed, and you are liable to be confused. But we don't want you to be confused. Biafra remains our ideology. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
Biafra